Hi everyone, it's Gracie from Small World's Big Adventures, building community through gaming, and today we are going to do a walkthrough of Cartographers. Now to kick off setup, what you're going to do is take the season deck and make sure it's in order: spring, summer, fall, and winter. And you're going to set it off to the side. Then you're going to take the deck of cards that have letters and you're going to lay them out in order from A, B, C, and D. After that, you'll take the deck of cards that have a couple different backgrounds on them and you'll separate them out based on the background. So the yellow-blue squares go together, the red squares go together, the kind of off grayish squares go together, and the green squares go together. Then you'll shuffle them and you'll pull one from each deck. These are going to be the goals for the game. And so once you have those shuffled, you'll randomly pull them and put them under A, B, C, and D. The last step is drawing a monster card and shuffling with the deck of land pieces. Once that is shuffled and next to the rest of the cards, then the game setup is done and we can move on to player setup. Now that board setup is done, it's time for player setup, which couldn't be easier. You hand each player a map, and then that player gets to fill out the top with their name and come up with a fun character. To kick off the game, you will flip over a card. Each card has a choice the player gets to make. The choice is either what type of land you'll be drawing on your map or the shape. In this case, you're choosing the shape. And if you use the 3 square line, you'll get a coin for doing that. So here you'll see Scott trying to decide where he's going to draw it. And he's going right next to a mountain. And then you'll see him cross off a coin at the bottom because he chose to use that shape. Now, on my map, you'll see me kind of decide where I want to place it. I went with the other shape, so I won't be getting a coin. But I do get to draw this little fun thing, and I put it next to a mountain as well. The other type of choice you have is the type of land. So in this case, you have a choice between trees and water, and so you must make that shape, but you get to choose what type of land is in that shape. Scott is going for some trees again, really close to that same mountain he started off of. It's important to remember that you can rotate the shape or flip the shape so long as it has the same number of squares in about the same place. You can kind of move it to make it fit what you want. Now you'll see I'm putting this also next to my mountain. Now, because I did this and now my mountain is surrounded on the top, bottom, left, and right, now I will get to cross off a coin. Now, sometimes you will pull a temple card. What that means is when you pull a temple card, you'll pull an additional card. And whatever that card is, you have to draw it so it's on top of a temple. Now, you can draw on top of a temple whenever you want. However, the downside is if you are unable to draw on a temple when a temple card is drawn, then you won't get to draw that shape, and so you will only get to draw a single square with the choice of land that you want anywhere on your map. So keep that in mind. Now, sometimes you may draw a monster card. When that happens, you rotate papers with the people you're playing with based on what the card says. And then that person gets to choose where on your map to draw the monsters. They will probably draw it in the most inconvenient place. The thing about monster cards is you lose points for each empty space adjacent to a monster space. Each season has a set number of points that you hit, and then the season's over. So here, spring has 8 points. So once we reveal a card that hits 8 or more points, we draw that, and then we start tallying points. Now you'll get points for each of the goals for that season. Here you can see we're counting up points for this one. And then you'll put that in the goal space for that season. Each season has 2 goals. For spring, it's A, B. For summer, it's B, C. For fall, it's C, D. And then for winter, it is D, A. So you'll complete or calculate reputation for each goal twice in a game. Then you'll count how many coins you have checked off. This means that coins you get earlier in the game are worth more. So try to get them as early as you can. And then you subtract those monster points. You'll add all of those boxes together to get your total points for that season. To reset for the next season, what you'll do is first pick up the cards from the table. If a monster card was drawn, remove it from the game. Then draw another random monster card and then shuffle it into the deck to reset it for the next season. Lastly, you will remove the top of the season deck and move on to the next season. The game ends once all the seasons have been completed. And once that happens, each player adds up each season's score for their final score. Whoever has the most points wins. If you want to compete to see if you are the most prestigious cartographer, this is the game for you.